Okay, the first word is planned. So when you plan something, you already knew it was going to happen. So maybe I planned a vacation to the mountains. Okay? Perfect. Perfect. This is a perfect spot to take a picture, and it's just right. Hamper is not a place where we put trash. It's where we put our dirty clothes. She's putting her clothes in the hamper. Disaster is when something goes bad, really bad. This dog made a disaster out of the couch. A hurricane is a natural disaster. Scowl. Scowl is like a mad and sad face all into one. This girl has a scowl. Grant? Mood. We can all be in different moods. We might be angry. We might be happy. We might be confused. We might be sad. Those are all different moods. Queasy. When our stomach hurts, we get queasy. Fiddled means when you play something. I see several of you fiddled with your pencils. Or she is fiddled with her hair. The girl has fiddled with her hair. Okay. We also talked about yesterday creating mental images. So when you create mental images, you make pictures in your mind to help you remember what you read. So this girl's reading, and while she's reading, she's thinking of these things. And the story told her there's a soccer game, it's sunny, and there's a ball. So they're playing soccer, there's the ball, and it's sunny outside. So what we do when we're creating mental images, this is a big word, visualizing. Visualizing. So we're going to talk about visualizing for a little bit. These are things that you can say when I tell you to visualize. These are called thinking stems. These are things to help you think. So whenever you're visualizing, you could say, I'm picturing. I'm picturing. So you can say, Miss Doty, I'm picturing a soccer game going on and it's sunny outside. Okay? Or I can imagine. I can imagine. Tell me what you're imagining when you're reading the story. Or let's use our senses. One of them is feel, so I can feel the clouds in the air. I can feel the excitement of the kids playing, or I can feel the dog that's all wet. There's a wet dog in the story. What's another sense that we have? Grant? No, what's another sense? We have 5 senses. Feeling is one of them. What's another one? Smell. I can smell. That's 2. What's another one, Corbin? Hearing. I can hear. What else? Gracie? See. One more. Kate? Taste. Okay, I can taste. Okay. So I can feel, I can smell, I can hear, I can see, I can taste. Or you could say, my mental image is, and you can tell me what you see. Because remember, visualizing is making a mental image. Mental means in your brain. It's not something you actually see, but it's in your brain. So when we visualize, we create mental images. Okay, that's one thing we do. And we can use our senses. Our sight, our taste, our hearing, our seeing, our smelling, and our feeling.
Well, you can.
So that's all imaging, creating images, mental images in our brain. So we did that yesterday with our story, didn't we? We did that with Picture Day Perfection. Today you get to get out your story. So get out your book and turn to page 85. Turn to page 85. Quickly. It could really happen. It's a a fictional story, but it's realistic fiction. So it's something that could happen in real life. But it's not something that may happen in real life. Someone made it up. So we call that realistic fiction. So let's turn the page. Okay, we turn the page. I'd planned for months. This was going to be the year of the perfect school picture. But some days, not everything goes according to plan. The day started with the worst case of bedhead ever. There's Exhibit A. There's the front view of his bedhead. There's Exhibit B, the side view. Then C, the back view. And there's D, the look on my brother's face when he saw my hair. Turn the page. Then it took me quite some time to unearth my favorite shirt. I finally found it at the very bottom of the hamper. Remember, hamper is a place where we put our dirty clothes. You might call it stained. Is it stained?
Yes.
You might call it wrinkled. Is it wrinkled?
Yes.
Does it look smelly?
Yes.
Look at these coming up from it. The smells. You wouldn't be wrong. So the text says that the boy unearthed his favorite shirt. What do you think it means, unearth my favorite shirt from the bottom of the hamper? Think about it in your brain. What are you seeing? When it said he had to unearth, does it show his hamper here? No, so you got to use a mental image. So it says he unearthed his favorite shirt from the bottom of the hamper. What do you imagine him doing, Lily? Getting it out. Now, was it on the top?
No.
So what did he have to do to get to it, Xavier? Dig. That's what I'm imagining. Yes, he's getting it out of the hamper. That's what we're seeing. And he's having to dig down deep to the bottom. That's right. Okay. Breakfast was picture day pancakes, a family tradition. This year's festivities involved a small group syrup disaster. Now, he didn't tell us what the disaster was. We can use our mental image, or we can look on the picture. The picture tells us what happened to the syrup. It spilled everywhere. That's right. We don't even have to use our imagination there. We can see it. Go to the next page. More accurately described as a large syrup disaster. And it occurred exactly as the bus pulled up. I had a feeling we'd be getting a new family tradition. So I want you to use your imagination. What do you think that felt like? What do you think all that syrup on his head felt like? What are you imagining, Sydney? Sticky, yes. Do you like the smell of a lot of syrup? Some people do and some people don't. I don't like the smell of a lot of syrup, so I would have probably got... Here's one of our words. I would have probably got queasy if I smelled all that syrup. My stomach probably would have started hurting. All right, let's go to the next page. On the bus, I got into a small bit of trouble. Make that a large bit of trouble. The bus driver made me sit in the seat right behind him for the rest of the ride. By the time I got into school, my picture day face was fixed in a scowl. Everyone do a scowl behind your mask. That's right. All right. In class, Mrs. Smith collected our photo order forms. Do you think my mom checked emerald green for my photo background? Or peacock blue, or pizzazzy purple? Nope. Once again, of all the backgrounds in the world, Mom checked snoring, boring, traditional gray. No one gets traditional gray. So what unlucky things have happened to the boy on this page? What was the unlucky thing that happened to the boy? What happened to him, Emma? He just got gray, and that's boring. And then look what happens. He's wearing a gray shirt. So can you even hardly see his shirt? Looks like he's just got a head and neck, kind of. Except for me, it just so happens to be the only color in the world that makes my shirt disappear. All but the stains and the wrinkles. How do you think he's feeling right here? Sad, upset. Yeah.
Terrified.
Okay. Terrified? I don't know about that. After that, the teacher had us all stand up and practice our picture day smiles. Personally, I thought we needed a little something to get us in the picture day mood. Remember, mood's how we feel? Whoops! Got myself in trouble. Again. Okay. Using the words and the picture, what did he do that got him in trouble?
You got
It didn't say in here what got him in trouble, but look at this picture. What got him in trouble? What is he doing when he's practicing his picture day smile? What is he doing? What's he doing, Sadie? What do you think he got in trouble for here? Not smiling, but what is he doing? He's sticking something out.
Tongue?
What's he sticking out, Sadie? His tongue. He got in trouble for sticking out his tongue. Luckily, I got to rejoin that class in time for art. Art involved quite a lot of paint, or at least did for me. Okay. What did he tell us? Help you picture what the boy's shirt looks like now. Can we see his shirt?
No.
Not really. But what are you imagining is on his shirt now? Wow, paint's on his shirt. Just because it told me it was quite a lot of paint. Or at least it did for me. And look at that boy's face, too. He doesn't look very happy with him, does he? Yeah. Finally, it was time to line up for the photos. Ned, just in front of me, got the last complimentary comb. I watched as classmate after classmate smiled for the camera. I got queasy, listening to everyone say, "Cheese! I can't stand cheese." The mere thought of it turns me green, deeply green, and just as my face reached its most awful pea green shade, it was my turn. I stepped forward. I sat down on the stool. It was hard as a rock and cold as an iceberg. "Just a second," said the photographer as he fiddled with the camera knobs. Okay, using our mental images, how do you think, what makes you help you decide what the stool is like? What did he say the stool was like? There was two things he said it was. Two ways that it felt. Two things. What was one, Isaiah? What did he say about the stool? Hard as a rock. So imagine that in your brain, a hard stool. There was one other thing about it, Blaze. What was it? Cold. So imagine in your brain a cold and hard stool.
Yeah, but it's as cold as an ice cream.
As I sat and waited, everything that had happened rushed through my mind. The monstrous messes, the muddles and the mix-ups. The whole day, from the moment I'd rolled out of bed, had gone. We think he's going to say bad, right?
Yeah.
But he says perfectly. Even better than planned. This year, I was finally going to have the perfect school picture. What's creeping on his face? He's starting to smile. You know what this face reminds me of? The Grinch. It reminds me of the Grinch. Yeah. It does look like the Grinch. All right. Let's go to the next one. And that's when I heard a click. Now, when I read that word click, I get a mental image. Can you almost hear the cameras do it? Click. If I say that, and that's when I heard a click. So I can almost hear that sound in my brain. In the flash, all my hard work, my perfectly tangled hair, my perfectly rumpled shirt, my perfectly sticky face, my perfectly composed scowl, that perfect boring background, those perfect paint splatters, that perfect sickly pallor, that means the green, pallor means a sickly color, wasted, useless, ruined, in a moment of weakness by an unexpected smile. My mom says it's the best picture ever. But just wait till she sees next year. What do you think he's going to do next year? What do you think he's going to try to do next year, Grant? He's going to try to make it bad again next year. His poor mom. All right, you may close your book.